What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. First things first, let me just get this out of the way. The Denerim crashes that you get on PC are giving me hell right now, so we are just going to try and get through the Denerim town square as fast as possible. I'm going to try and wrap all this up this episode so we can just get out of here and get back to saving, because I just had to reload this save to start this episode 7 times, and last episode's 5 with Marjolaine, I had to reload 6 times. And it's getting real old, so we're just gonna try and get through this one as fast and best as we can. He's another one of the apprentices we gotta fire.
What is it? I have work to do.
They'll be tasted as good as the last one. I have a note here from your master.
What does it say? I knew this would happen. Just when I was starting to get good. Well, thanks, I guess.
You're welcome, I guess. It's surprising me how well all these people take these notices of
Good day.
unemployment.
The market is busy, is it not? Come, rest here. I have the finest selection of flowers and Orlesian scented oils in all of Denerim. For a lady friend, perhaps? Roses can open any woman's heart, you know.
You know when you were a kid and your grandparents used to spray hairspray and they used to be way too much to the point where it would stifle and suffocate you? That is how I imagine Olay to smell. Just the over dramatic scent of way too much powerful fragrance. And it's always probably super sweet too, like you can taste it when you smell it. That's how I imagine the entirety of Olay to smell. What's there to see in the market?
Much of the city is still a mystery to me, but the markets is like my home. Circle and sorcered objects can be found in the wonders of Thedas, in the alleyway north. The armorer, Wade,
We'll
and
definitely be
his
taking a look at
emporium
that.
are just to the south. If you need work, outside the rectory to the southeast is a chanter's board. And if your thirst is strong, head to the Gnawed Noble Tavern north of here. Be prepared, though. They do put on many airs.
We need to go there for Sergeant Kylan anyways. So we're just gonna swing around.
Right.
Open these chests as we go. I'm sure the merchants won't mind. This is Habron.
Don't stare at me, Churl. I can have my father send you south to fight Darkspawn, you know.
Not touching. The nobles in their natural habitats.
If you have coin, welcome to our shop. If not, move along. Too many refugees blocking customers.
I'm not a refugee.
I didn't think so, sir. Too much flesh on the bones. You walk tall, proud, not hunched. Sad times in Ferelden.
Know anything special about Denerim?
Better trade cities to the north, but plenty good trade here. Now with war and blight, business is bad.
Have anything for sale?
Oh, yes.
Sounds almost Russian. And what do we have? Yes, Death Room. We'll be yoinking that. Have any deep mushroom, my friend? You don't. No backpacks. He has a crow dagger, which is very interesting. What are you doing with an Antivan Crow dagger? A soul sword? An Elysian bow? There's something to you that's not quite right, isn't there, Caesar? Master Ignacio.
Another visitor in my store. Enjoy browsing my wares.
Who are you?
Master Trader Ignacio, at your service, good sir. My cousin and I have trade connections all along the seaways. We have furniture, silks, carvings, and much more. Caesar handles the trade stock, I handle other affairs.
You don't sound like cousins. What affairs are those?
Business deals, meetings. Caesar makes it so I am free of the day-to-day concerns of our store.
You aren't from Ferelden, are you?
No, I am not. I am a trader at heart. My home is the road. But I was born past the waking sea in Antiva. It has been many, many years since I have seen her. But the road is a better mistress than my home city ever was.
What do you mean?
On the docks of Rialto, life is cheap. As cheap as the dockside ale and the soiled whores. You can live a longer life out here. And a wise man can make a comfortable fortune in time.
Soiled whores doesn't sound very appetizing, I'm not gonna lie. But the Blight, Ferelden isn't exactly safe either.
Straightforward, predictable danger is refreshing to me. Any moment in Rialto, the streets can run red, and often do. I'd take Darkspawn any day. At least you can see them coming.
Do you need any help?
No. Not yet. Perhaps one day.
What stories do you have of Antiva?
It has been many, many years since I have seen her. But the road is a better mistress than my home city ever was.
Farewell.
Luck be to you, Warden.
So there's something going on with Master Ignacio and Caesar, if you couldn't catch on to that. Go eavesdrop on this.
More fighting. The Queen is determined to see this through, isn't she?
My brother says he's leaving for the Free Marches. Says Ferelden is done for.
Much more of this, and I may have to agree with him.
I don't think Ferelden is done for, but the Free Marches wouldn't be a terrible shout for people who don't want to take part in any of the fighting. Although I would like to believe that most Fereldens would be up in arms, ready to fight for this place. The Grey Warden poster. Don't believe the lies. Friends of the Grey Wardens assemble. The hidden pearl holds the key to resistance. The griffins will rise again. That's some kind of call to arms for Wardens or their allies. Really interested in that.
Message for you, my lord.
What?
More things to deliver. Goodbye.
Right. We have a quest now. The quest was the Trial of Crows. A delivery boy has given you a cryptic message saying that if you're interested in working with the Antivan Crows, that you should head to one of the back rooms of the Gnawed Noble Tavern. We are heading there shortly.
By order of the new Earl of Denerim, no one is to enter the alienage.
Arl Howe wants to keep people out, does he?
There's been an elven uprising. Knifeears even have the gall to attack the Arl's only son. Killed him in cold blood. With the whole Urian family dead, the regent appointed Rendon Howe of Amaranthine the new Earl of Denerim.
Right.
First thing he did was lead a purge of the alienage.
I'm sure he did.
There's a mess in there. When things are put back in order, the gates will be reopened. Now on your way.
Arl Howe has certainly seen his stature rise in the world since he allied himself with Turn Logain. I'd like everyone to keep that in mind while you're trying to decide for yourself the moral quality of Logain. Not only is Arl Howe now likely the Arl of Highever, he's also the Arl of Denerim as well. Seems to be getting a lot of promotions under Logain and doing a lot of grimy stuff in the process.
Dwarven craft.
Wonder if that holds any connection. Couldn't be that he's doing dirty deeds for Logain in order for all those things, right? Need a key for that. I need a key for that. And Dwarven Crafts. Fine Dwarven Crafts.
Welcome.
Actually have a mug with that on it.
Sell only the strongest dwarven steel, folded over 100 times in the forges of Orzammar.
Indeed, I have a coffee mug from your store.
Surely your group could use some extra protection on the road.
Show me what you have.
Every piece comes with a stamp of assurance from my wife's father, the best smith in Denerim.
Interesting, considering you're a dwarf. I would think you would hold the title of best smith in Denerim. Perhaps you don't know what you're doing. The manual Berserker. We're definitely going to buy this. That'll unlock this class for us. It'll give us the codex on it. Specialization unlocked.
Is there something else you'd like to look at? Only the finest crafts, straight from Orzammar.
I'd rather buy information if you've got any to sell.
I'll answer what I can, but my policy is not to sell things that don't belong to me.
Who are some important people in Denerim?
It's the capital of Ferelden, so naturally the Queen and Regent are at the top. But the man who seems to be running the city guard is the new Arl Rendon Howe. Came in from somewhere up north.
What's happening in the city right now?
The Landsmeet's the big news. Every dusty noble estate in Denerim is airing its sheets. waiting for the Lord to ride into town.
Who are some, actually we already asked that. That's all, thanks.
Anytime, my friend.
Go ahead and move on now. Work our way on down to the tavern.
I recognize you. From Ostagar. And trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
Okay, let's not be hasty here. It's, whatever your name is. Logain's charges against the Wardens are false.
So you would compound slander on top of treason? You dare smear Terran Logain's word?
Use your wits. The Wardens would never help the Darkspawn.
I do not like your tone, sir. But you may be right. I may regret this, but I cannot duel someone who may be guiltless. Leave, Warden. If I find proof, we will meet again.
You will find no proof because there is no proof. See, now, if even this, whatever his name was, all amped up and ready to go and fight to the death, and his death, not ours, for the record, if he can just think about it for a second and then understand immediately that he's being foolish, and that it doesn't make any sense, surely the rest of Ferelden can think that way too. Like, it is very obvious. The door opens a crack in response to your knock. There is a light breeze, like a change in pressure. Present the small painted box. This is the Friends of Red Jenny quest we had. A large shadow nods. A pouch of coins appears in exchange. The door closes.
Let's get started.
You would think the rest of Ferelden is also having that same kind of perspective here. They're like, what do you mean? They helped the Darkspawn at Ostagar. The reason Grey Wardens exist is to nuke those monsters. Like, that's not something that would ever happen. I know it, you know it, and everybody else knows it, but for some reason, Logain and Howe think that Ferelden will swallow as much feces as they shovel into their mouths. That's not the case. He's the last apprentice.
Make it quick.
I have a note here from your master.
Strange. Let's see this. I knew it. I gave that man the best 7 weeks of my life. Well, I guess he won't have me to push around anymore. Ha!
And I'm not in the business of killing good knights. Like, we can just go ahead and duel him, take him down the alleyway, and take his life, but he's a good soldier, and when we finally do bring everybody around to our side, when they see the truth like he did, one more good sword in the army is very welcome. At the very least, he's an honorable man. I understand why he was trying to do what he was trying to do there. If I thought somebody had killed my friend and the king, I might be doing a similar thing. It's just that he's been misled. It's not his fault. Logain is a lying piece of shit. The proprietor of this place, let's talk to him for a second.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the Circle, as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see?
This place is actually quite famous. We read about the wonders of Thedas, not only in Codex, but we've also heard about it from bartenders and various other places in the land. Be quite a famous store. For good reason, too, you'll see. We have Winter's Breath, not the original Winter's Breath. Wynn already has that. We have Touch of Embers, which is pretty good. You see the +3 spell power is what we kind of want here. This radiates cold. There's also +3 spell power and it gives fire. Lightning Rod is a grey iron. That's not going to be any use of us, really. What we are mainly here for is these robes. Now we got to look at these. It's Constitution, chance to dodge attacks at 10%, which is insane. It also has 12 armor. It's very good. 5 spell power is good. 1 mana regen in combat. We have chance to dodge and armor. So the two best robes here are undeniably the Reaper's Vestments and the Tevinter Mage robes. Boy, Dark Chain, that's not very good at all. We finally did dip under 300 sovereigns. Yeah, let's do this. Let's be a little cheeky. So we can sell it back for 92, so we're going to do my trick. Right click, left click. Let go of the right click. Oh, you see it didn't work. So right click, left click. Let go of that. And let go of that. Sell it twice, now it's only 15. Much cheaper now. Bump a couple of these just to get us back above the threshold that we were before we bought it. And then we'll go ahead and give those to Morrigan eventually. She is in the party with us, so we'll get to see right away how good it is. Ring of Ages is an absurdly good ring for a tank. Look at all the resistances. We're obviously going to give that to Alistair right away. Again, we're not gonna be fair. Twitch is electricity damage. We want that for Morrigan too. And then the Apprentice Amulet is so-so. We do want Lyrium Potions. So we're gonna go buy all their stock for this. We have a Tome of Arcane Technique, which is gonna be very useful. Not gonna bother selling that back. Grandmaster Flame Rune, again, anything Grandmaster we're interested in. So we're gonna take that. Take the Paralyzed Rune. Take the Master and Expert Runes. We have a Manual Spirit Healer, which is another class that we can unlock. Master, Expert, we'll leave the Journeymans for now. We'll come back and grab these if we ever need to. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it. We're already spending a ton of money. Let's just get it done. And what do we have in this? What do you happen to have? Any Deep Mushroom? You do not. Right, so we should be done here then. Spirit Healer specialization is unlocked. This is beautiful. Now we have Mana Clash already for Morrigan, so instead what we're going to do is we're going to give that tome to Win. And we're going to get a little further along her tree progression. We're going to be using Win likely more than Morrigan anyway, so there's Educated. So we have Staff of Focus. We can get all the way up to Mastery, so we can get that next level. This is getting a permanent bonus to basic attacks. We scroll on down the line. Right. Let's get her. We have choices between Heroic Defense. Let's get Heroic Defense and we'll move towards Haste. We already have the glyphs that we needed. I believe that's a sustain, so we'll move you over. Get Lyrium Potions moving on up. At this point, it's actually going quite well, build-wise. Have plenty of things. So, let's see. Let's check the staff. Let's cross-reference. Oh, excuse me, the robes. Reaper's Vestments. We lose the 2 spell power. We gain 6 constitution and 12 armor instead. We get 10 chance to dodge attacks and spell resistance and fire resistance, which is going to be great for some dragon fights we're going to run into. So we are going to switch those robes out. The Archon robes are no way that they're going to be as good as this. Yeah. Vestments of the Seer are actually a DLC item. You get this for completing the expansions. It's achievement based. This armor set spawning into your inventory. So that's why there's not going to be much that's better than that. It's the same with that belt. The cinch of skillful maneuvering. It's going to be very hard to find something to top that. Same with this. Anything DLC related, you're not really going to find anything better than. On that note, we can head back out into the market district. Assuming our game doesn't crash into oblivion. Very good. I do get nervous here in Denerim on PC. This bug doesn't exist on console, by the way, so if you're a console player, don't worry about this at all. It's purely a PC issue. Not sure what causes it, but the solution is to just turn the graphics down, but then you end up playing a game that looks like clay on a platform that is capable of superior graphics generation, so I read up on it a little. There's a couple of fixes you can do. I mean, look at this. This is why I'm speedrunning the hell out of Denerim. You can switch your CPU to only 1 core. But again, that's just nerfing your whole PC. You can just nuke all the settings down to low. I currently have mine all set to medium, but that was still causing me to crash in areas, and I can't save inside the square and then reload. My game will crash, so I know why I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible.
This is where the nobility comes to get drunk and decide
See, the bar is already bugging out here. Let's see. Let's see if this helps.
Good times.
It doesn't. It's just not going to load well. Right. See, I would prefer not to have to deal with this, so let's try something. There's going to be some big quests in this bar, so I actually don't want the whole background to be blacked out like that. Let's see if we can try and do something to fix that real fast. Reload the area on low, maybe? Indeed. Yeah, I'd like to at least be able to see the floor in here when we do these quests.
What can I get you, stranger?
Anyone need help? Maybe with something not strictly legal? He glances around for prying eyes, then produces a few notes on behalf of interested parties. We have correspondence interrupts. We've been picking these up the whole game. I've been reading those out in the Codex episodes. R has a small request. It's always useful to have a big name in your pocket, and there's nothing better than snagging them with their knickers down. If, in travels wide, someone were to come across notes between illicit lovers, I have certain specialists who can make the most of the texts. Deliver to the bartender, and an investment towards future manipulation will be handsomely paid. Go ahead and do that. Solving problems. D requires swift action. I have trouble. A few of my more excitable young associates got a little nervous during a couple of delicate handovers. Suffice to say, a little mess needs attention. Life is normally cheap, but if word of this gets out, there will be consequences. My men under close watch, so I would be most grateful for someone willing to take care of this. Coin is assured. And negotiation aids. K requests the following. The troubles of the new blood seem to find me. I've ruffled some feathers with my alternative tactics, and certainly people have had me blacklisted by my primary suppliers. So I put this out there to those enterprising friends who want an ally, and perhaps a little coin. 15 toxin extract samples will be more than enough to ensure I can continue building support. Simple, isn't it? But he's just gonna poison a bunch of people, clearly.
What can I get you, stranger?
Let me see what you have.
Right, I'll show you around.
What we were actually looking for here is all the health potion things. We want the recipes. We want the deep mushroom. We want the elf fruit. We're not going to get the ale, even though we do have a thirsty friend later that would like it. Buy up the injury kits. Taking a couple deaths. We are good to crack on. Expert paralyzed room. We love to see that. And 60 XP. Sophie's God.
My shift's nearly over. Thank Andraste.
Busy day today. Busy day today.
We did get sent in here for a quest, I believe. The Crimson Oars.
Don't even think you can spill that and leave it for me to clean.
The Blackstone liaison back here. Let's talk to the head of the Crimson Oars, shall we?
I'm a Crimson Oar. Which way you looking, or we'll rip your damned eyes out and piss in your skull. Another round for me men.
Right. Blackstone liaison.
Blessings upon you, Lord.
What do you have for us, friend? Notice of death. Warden, it is always a sad duty to report the deaths of those who have died in the service of the guild. Today this duty falls to you, should you accept it. With this letter, you will find the names of 4 women recently widowed and letters giving condolences for the loss of their husbands. All 4 men were killed doing the work of the Irregulars, and we mourn the deaths of all who die in the service to our ideals. Please handle this task with the discretion and care that I am confident you possess in spades. You must deliver those notes to the widows Irenia in Redcliffe, Lorana near Lake Calenhad, and Sarah and Tanya in Denerim. Many thanks for this difficult task. Raelno. Now if you notice, all the quests we've gotten from Tower and the other dude has been to assassinate people who disagree with him, to shake people down. Raelno, this is one of the first ones we've got for him, and it's actually to give our condolences to widows. And it is, he told us to do it extremely carefully. So again, you get a nice little hint into the difference between the two. Restocking the guild. My good people, we're facing work coming in from 2 fronts and everyone must contribute. The Irregulars are prepared to pay any man or woman who comes forth with a gift of 20 health poultices, no questions asked. If we work together, we can stock the Irregulars for war. Raelno.
Your efforts are greatly appreciated.
I believe that was likely the health poultices we gave up. Indeed it was. So we've got Blackstone Auxiliary as a quest. Go and check out the rest of this place.
So, you know about him and Morrigan, right? You've heard?
I think I know what you are talking about, yes.
And you agree with it? You don't think that it's dangerous? Anyone, she's Malefica and rotten to the core. How could he even... this can't be a good idea. She can't be a good influence on him.
I think they're discussing me.
That the thought did cross my mind several times. But
right.
Look at it another way. Perhaps he will be a good influence on her.
You know, you are just too understanding about stuff like this. Can't you be more judgmental? I'm trying to rant here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It seems like you're both discussing rumors that have no basis in fact.
And I'll just nod my head.
Hasn't been anything that's happened between me and Morrigan. Simply had conversations. Dog here in the background. What's wrong, Ignacio? You don't trust me?
You hear about a note? Maybe we have some things we can talk about. You are of great interest to me.
You're an Antivan Crow.
That's a very direct question. On the
I'd like
whole,
to
I
cut to
don't
the
like
chase.
direct questions. For the sake of this discussion, let's say I am.
So you're the ones trying to kill me?
Who do you blame for a death? The sword or the swordsman? Crows are swords, instruments used by someone else for their own reasons. So, one of our swords is hired out. He and his employees will do their job or die trying. But the crows as a whole have no bias.
But you were hired to kill me.
I can't stress enough that I wasn't hired to do anything. An associate was, and he's failed. And failed badly. A client can always hire more help if the job isn't done the first time. But I am hoping we can make sure that doesn't happen.
It would be very awkward if I brought Zevran here. How can I trust you?
A man's word is vital in any profession, especially delicate ones.
I'm listening.
Ferelden is a busy place. Blight, civil war, other mayhem. Lots of people not getting along. Sometimes they really don't get along. Maybe want to do something about it. The people that handle that sort of thing can get real busy.
So you're hiring help?
You could say that. Not many people we can turn to. So, someone that's crossed our path and lived, well, maybe they could help out. Make some coin. Everyone wins.
How did this work then?
I hand you a scroll. You read it, you learn about someone interesting. If you find out something happens to him, something unfortunate, then if we talk again, I give you money for letting me know.
I don't like the sound of this.
You don't like what's on the scroll? Don't do anything. Maybe he has an accident and someone else tells me all about it.
Send me the scroll.
There you go. Makes for fine reading. If that's all, luck be to you.
Now, I'm not exactly thrilled about this either win, however, it was going to significantly hurt our attempts to get rid of the Blight if we consistently have the Crows and stick blades in our backs. So, I'd much rather do a little work for them. It's not like we're doing anything too out of the ordinary. Somebody's going to kill him anyways. And honestly, most of the people on these lists, I imagine, are the kind of scum that I'd like to kill either way. So, and again, if we can, maybe we can get the Crows on board. If we can get the Crows to try and help us with the Blight, even better. Now we do have to start grabbing some bodies. I believe we picked up that quest from the bar. People saying they got a little excited.
A little something extra. For friendship.
You, my good friend, have no lip syncing. Here it is.
Came at me. He came at me. It's not my fault. Why'd he come at me?
What a shitty bandit.
Yeah, they got to learn not to mess with me.
Yeah,
Right?
real tough. Real tough, scary guy.
Magic exists.
We're just gonna go ahead and dump this down the well. No one's the wiser.
They shall find no rest in this world or beyond.
I was getting to that bar.
Here's one of the widows we just picked up the quest for from the Blackstones.
Yes?
I'm sorry to tell you that your husband is dead.
Why? What did he do to deserve this?
Fortunately, that's not how it works. There rarely is a deserving or an undeserving theme to any of that stuff. Kind of just a look at the draw. I know where one of the other bodies is, but I'm not sure if it's just 2 or if there's 3.
Dwarven crafts.
I've already been into the establishment where the other body is. In this warehouse down here.
I won't take the blame for this one. This was bad from the start. No way he was here to deal. I won't take the blame for this one. Right, thanks. I ain't sticking around to see how this turns out.
Right. Probably best not to. I'm not trying to stick around and see how the crashes turn out either, to be honest. It's okay, once we're out of this main section of the city, things get a lot easier. I believe once we're not in the square anymore, we can turn the settings back up and kind of save as we please. I think. Not 100% sure on that, but I do believe that is the way it goes. You do need to go hit the brothel down here and deal with the thugs that won't leave. He did tell us to convince them to leave, not to kill them out of the way. Let's see for this actually. Denerim, back alley justice. There isn't a section for this. Pearls before swine, Fazil's request. Trial of crows. On the chanter's board. Here we go. Deals went bad in the market, the warehouse, and the pearl. Okay, so the last body is in the pearl, which is where we need to go anyways to deal with Kylan's quest. So let's go to the Black Pearl.
Dwarven craft.
Alrighty, now of course, as soon as I clicked on the world map right there to go travel to the pearl, my game immediately crashed and died, and I just had to redo everything that I did in the episode because I didn't save. So I guess we'll go talk to this widow one more time, and then we'll try and hit the world map again.
Yes.
Except this time we're gonna save before we do it. And if I get this issue again, I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to fix that. But the game did run smoother since it crashed. The textures weren't popping in and out, so hopefully we're just allowed to go where we need to go.
Right.
Indeed we are. Let's go to the pearl. I am very ready to be done with this Denerim section. However, once we're out of the town square, we are okay. I don't think the crashing issue extends to this part of the world. We have a revenant fight. Strange bit of glassware catches your eye. It is a small phylactery, very unlike anything usually found in the area. The area is unnaturally cold. Dark shapes swirl on a slip of paper within the vial. Take the vial. The glass fractures at your touch. And of course, we know what that means. That means there's one of these guys. Alistair dropped the taunt.
Time for a little cleanup.
No mercy! I am your...
Desperation is an ugly perfume.
Begin the onslaught.
Give our party flaming weapons.
Let's have at it! You had it coming.
This part takes forever.
He's gonna vulnerability hex him and debuff the shit out of him. Do whatever we can.
Some dignity, fool.
He's a horror.
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
He's gonna chop them down with the mages.
You had it coming.
That went well.
And there we have it. It's the end of that revenant. We get the scrap of paper, of course. We get a dead coat of arms and some health potions. Which, while we are here, we did just give a bunch of our health potions to the Blackstone Irregulars, so let's go ahead and make some more. We got Tinkerer for that. We made 19 greater health poultices. Potent health poultices. What else do we have? There's just a one of those. We don't have any lesser ones anymore. And to be honest, they're kind of a waste of time at this point when we can make the really good ones. So, given that this has been so unpredictable, you're probably going to see me drop a lot of saves here and there. Now, there is a random encounter inside here. See, this looks very suspicious. You're gonna run into a lot of ambushes and things like this inside. So, given that I know what this is, Alistair is gonna go first.
Really not alone.
You guys aren't gonna be able to do anything about me, so I'm just gonna pop the taunt. My squad's gonna move in, and everybody's dead.
Time for some fun. As you wish.
We have flaming weapons, of course, which is a great deal more DPS than the cold weapons is. Is when using cold weapons too? We have both on right now. I mean, why not?
Let's get started.
Triple stack the damage with physical frost and fire. Would be a quad stack if we could find a lightning rune. My game is being very unstable. You can see the FPS drops. Welcome to Denerim on PC.
This should be easy enough.
Onwards to the Pearl. Get me there and get me out of here. Now, there's some cool things that's going to go on in the Pearl, however. Not all bad. We got an Alistair level, which is great news. Let's go ahead and dump that in now. Give you 2 dexterity. I don't think you... Yeah, correct. You don't have anything that you can do with your tactics yet. Shield tactics is the character is proficient enough with a shield to defend from all angles, so the attacker no longer benefits from flanking strikes. That's going to be very good for him, and on his next level, we're going to give him Death Blow, which is going to give him stamina back every kill. Which again is just going to stacks on stacks on stacks for benefits.
Tell your captain that our deal is now ironclad.
Sounds good to me. We do have to go back to Denerim. I did forget to hit the one in Denerim's town square.
Kylon sent you that. Glad he hasn't forgotten about us. Welcome to the Pearl. I'm Sanga, the proprietor. Have a seat, get comfortable, and tell me what you need. Every one of my people here is a skilled craftsman, and don't let anyone tell you different. You'll have to go one at a time, I'm afraid. Our rooms aren't quite big enough to share between so many. But we can discuss that.
I'm not here to procure your services.
So what would you like me to show you? The men or the women? Or some of both, if you prefer.
A poster suggested I'd find a meeting of friends here. He scowls and makes a subtle motion towards the back rooms, as though not wanting to alert the people inside.
You strange hussy. Someone needs to put you in your place.
You recognize Isabella if you've played Dragon Age 2, or if you're certainly very familiar with this game. In a 1v3 right now.
She's too good.
Didn't go very well for him, did it? First things first, let's get these White Falcon mercs out of here. We forgot to put the last point into something for Alistair. Go ahead and drop it in dexterity, why not?
Turn around and walk, stranger. This affair is for White Falcons only.
Now, unfortunately, we were told to just make them leave, not to kill them, so by order of the guard, vacate the premises.
Get a load of this guard. You're telling us what to do?
Nobles want solid, reliable soldiers, not riffraff.
You have a point there. Man, let's clear out. Don't want to get on Locane's bad side, do we?
Tell Kylon I owe him one.
Absolutely no problem. Catty bunch, aren't they? And before we head to the back rooms, you already saw that chest by the bartender. We can't pick this lock, but it is going to open eventually. inside here we have the final body for that quest.
I could have handled it. Thanks.
Yeah, I bet you could have.
Need to go hide somewhere.
You need a new profession. Must be you're just not cut out for this kind of work. And then all the way back here, we have the room. There was advertising Grey Warden friends to come here. See what this is about. The Griffins will rise again.
Another Grey Warden supporter.
Not just a supporter, Payton. That's a Grey Warden. He's the one Arl Howe is looking for.
Our trap landed a Warden? You've got one chance to surrender.
Why are you doing this?
The Arl has been very generous to his servants, especially those who get bloody jobs done.
That our work is legal makes it ever so delicious.
So that'd be all how paying people to kill wardens and anybody who supports them. Well, you work for that bastard, you're all dead.
I sense something.
No remorse on that. You work for Howe, you die. You align with Howe, you die. I'm gonna do Howe's dirty work for him, you die. I don't care who you are, elf, human, Canary, it's none of my concern. You had me at Howe. It's Payton. We just have the two Canary mercenaries to deal with. These Canary are actually Tal Vashoth. It's a shame we didn't bring Sten. Sten would certainly enjoy killing these men. They've abandoned the Coon just to do whatever they're doing here.
On it.
Payton's orders. This note from All How congratulates Payton's creative methods in capturing so many Grey Warden supporters. The Arl says the bounty per head will be increased to reflect Payton's stellar performance. Well, he was just let go, unfortunately. They're going to be no longer of service. Yeah, these people abandoned the Coon, and it doesn't even look like they were carrying Canary swords, so essentially they're just soulless, like Sten said he was considered. They would be slain on sight back in the Canary lands.
As you wish.
Now we're allowed in here. Now we took care of that little gang back there. I'm not sure why this door mystically unlocks after you take care of that, but there you have it.
On it.
Yes? What? Is it customary where you're from to give complete strangers questioning looks?
Who are you?
They call me Casimir. I'm first mate on Captain Isabella's ship. More than this, you do not need to know.
Isabella is a ship captain.
You are surprised. Isabella is no ordinary woman. Isabella commands the crew on the Siren's call. She is a remarkable woman, and as you saw, quite formidable. She calls herself a duelist. But you cannot pay me enough to duel her. I'm not so stupid as those two.
Duelist?
You should ask Isabella. I do not know how to explain.
I should be going. We will indeed ask Isabella, especially given how important she is in the follow-up game to this. I'm definitely interested in having a conversation.
Ah, a Grey Warden. And I had heard that all the Ferelden Wardens were killed or exiled from this place. Oh, don't look so surprised. I've seen many of your kind in my journeys, and there is always something odd about you. Huh, strong hands. Could I entice you to leave your order and sign up as one of my crewmen? I could use those strong hands at my helm.
Right. I heard you were a duelist.
Did Casimir tell you that? It's true. I fight with quickness and wit, and they have served me well. I call myself a duelist because I honed my skills in duels with warriors I encountered over the years.
Could I duel you?
As I said, it is better to avoid being hit, and it is best not to get into fights at all.
Especially with Grey Wardens. Then will you teach me what you know?
An unusual request, coming from a fearsome slayer of Darkspawn. I am flattered that you wish to learn from me, sweet thing. It will take you years of practice to achieve true mastery of the style, but I can teach you the basics. I do, however, wish to get to know my potential student better, so we shall call for a drink, and you will honor me with a game.
Alright, what game?
Have you ever played Wicked Grace? It is easy to learn, but difficult to master. You must watch your opponent's moves as carefully as your own. Before we start, the cards must be shuffled. Shall I, or would you like to?
I will shuffle the cards.
Good. Go ahead, then.
Cut the cards.
Are you done yet?
Gotta make sure
5
they're good
cards
and
each to
shuffled.
start with, and may the cleverest player win.
Indeed.
Is it my turn again?
Or she'll be trying to cheat too. Dexterity is try to catch Isabella's hand as she's drawn a card.
Please, keep your hands to yourself. Ha! The Angel of Death card. The game is over. We must show our hands. 2 serpents, a song. Not bad. But the rest of your hand is rather pitiable. Serpents
We
of
actually
deceit
don't
and
have the
avarice,
dexterity to
songs of
catch her
temerity and
cheating.
mercy.
Interesting.
Not a great hand, but I still win. Still undefeated after all these years. Will I never meet my match?
You only won because you're a cheat.
Now. There's no need for such petty accusations. You are simply an inexperienced player. You will get
Right.
better with practice.
I played your game. You're supposed to teach me now.
Not so fast, sweet thing. I'm not sure I know you yet. Come. Another game?
I suppose I could play you again.
Ah, you're a good sport. Another game then. Before we start, the cards must be shuffled. Shall I, or would you like to? Very well.
There is a way to catch her cheating. I didn't bring Liliana.
There.
Liliana
That should be
will,
sufficient.
she'll chime in and let you know that she's a cheat.
5 cards each to start with, and may the cleverest player win.
It seems I don't have the dexterity
It
check
looks
to
like
catch
Jen is
her.
being kind to me today.
Ah, gotcha. You deceitful bitch. Cheating, I see.
You certainly have quick reflexes. I'm quite impressed. And as for me cheating, well, the game does not matter. I just wanted to see if you could outwit me. You have proven yourself quick and resourceful, and I would be honored to pass my skills on to you.
Teach me now.
Come, we will need some space for this.
And now we have the duelist specialization unlocked.
I don't think there's anything else I can teach you. Perhaps tell those you meet where you learned what you know.
Too bad we can't convince her to join us against the Blight. Pretty much all we see of her in this game. Learned from my mistakes. I will save every time I open Denerim. Back to the market district for one of the last times. I'm gonna go turn a bunch of these quests in, and then I'm gonna be getting the hell out of there and dealing with all these back alley nonsenses.
I was hoping I'd find you. I heard about the Pearl. I don't know how, but you got them to leave with no fuss at all. The Pearl's workers will...
Nobody gives orders to my men but me. A little lesson in respect is in order.
I see. Don't bother sparing these louts. Things are about to get messy.
Definitely wasn't going to. Alistair, if you'd be so kind. She's using Mana Clash. I don't even see a mage in here. Show who she's using Mana Clash on. Do something cheeky with Margaret. I like doing that every now and then. Just run in there, get the stun on everybody, and then back her out. But just sitting off in the distance, throwing spells around here and there. And after all the trouble we went through, helping these people, they went ahead and threw it away anyway, because now they're all dead regardless. We let them live, and they threw it away. Let Alistair die there, unfortunately. He shouldn't be casting that.
Voluntarily attack you? Are they just stupid? Here's the payment I promised. I might have more work if you're interested. But I'm heading back to the market district. The back alleys are just too dangerous for me.
I am interested. Yeah,
Ready.
Alistair, you shouldn't be dying to things like that. Where our mage friend's not healing you right though. Well, regardless. We are going to go into Morrigan's tactics and turn this off. Because she's not doing that how she's supposed to do that. So I'm just going to micromanage the Mana Clash ability. So sorry if my brain is slowing down here a little. It's very late. I just wanted to get this done. After the third crash in Denerim, I was beginning to get very irritated, so I just want to get Denerim out the way, and then we'll move on with our lives. Like the good parts of the game. It's a real shame that Denerim is so broken on PC. I wish it wasn't. But there's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is, right? At this point, you just gotta get through it, get past it, and then we'll crack on. It's not too bad. It doesn't affect the overall quality of the game. It just means that you gotta be a little careful in here when you're traveling around.
Let's get started.
It's mainly all around the market district. There's no problems in any other parts of Denerim. It's just the market district. Which is honestly kind of more frustrating, because it's almost like they could have had it work. They just gave up trying. On modern PCs at least. This is the Ultimate Edition too, so they did have opportunities to fix that. Dump the bags. Get rid of the last of those bodies. Whenever we're next in the Gnawed Noble Tavern, we can turn that in. I'm not sure if we did anything for the collective.
Good to see you again.
Doesn't look like it. There's a hooded courier down here that I didn't re-see since I crashed. Perhaps I did that before this episode. He's not there regardless, so.
Good to see you back.
Need any more help?
I've got complaints in the Gnawed Noble Tavern that some mercenaries have invaded. Nothing violent has happened. The sellswords are probably just disturbing the nobles' rarefied conversation. Just drum the louts out of there. The barkeep doesn't mind some blood. Or sport, as she called it. Captain said Denerim won't miss a few dead mercenaries. Do what you will, and good luck.
Sounds good. I'll go do that right now. And then we're gonna get the hell out of here. The Crimson Oars. We already ran into the Crimson Oars for a second earlier. Gotta turn this one in anyway, so.
What can I get you, stranger?
I finished a favor for one of your interested parties.
What are you looking at? We're the Crimson Oars.
And since the bartender actually wants us to fight here, we don't have to be so delicate with these. You're not wanted here.
Oh, you're threatening us. We're veterans of many battles.
Right.
Who are you?
You had your chance.
Ah, then it's time for a bit of exercise. Enemies
These seem much more like bandits than professional mercenaries, and bandits I'm very interested in putting a stop to, so. That aside, like the woman said, a little bit of blood sport, never hurt anybody. Definitely not complaining about the mass amounts of XP you get for killing the Crimson Oars either. They're worth a lot.
You never heard it.
He's just watching, like, damn, I'm glad these guys are on our side.
Maker's blessings upon you.
Yes, we did grab all those. What do you have for us, leader? Not much. Happy?
Good job clearing those louts out.
Take that as a yes. Alright. And we'll go turn this in, and then we are done with the market district. We did everything here that we need to. And get the hell out of here and never crash again.
Edwina sends her thanks for getting rid of the Crimson Oars. She got her sport and she's as pleased as a swine in mud. Here's payment. You've helped out a great deal.
No problem at all.
Thanks for the help you've given. Unfortunately, I have more headaches to do.
Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there's a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you guys soon with more Dragon Age Origins. Sorry again for the long episode and crashes. We are through that, however. Take care guys, have a good day.